always loved animals. By watching how wildlife reacts to weather, the extremes, the abnormalities, we can kind of get a better idea of what's happening before humans can even realize it themselves. We get to see the changes happening in their world in real time. And that's why I love my job so much. It allows me to combine my passions to understand the skies and the creatures living under them. When I'm putting together a forecast, I'm not just thinking about the rain, the wind, the heat. I'm thinking about how it connects us, big and small. The more we understand about the world around us, the better we can take care of ourselves and each other.
We live here. We work here. We love Utah. From early in the morning to late at night, we dedicate our days connecting our community, listening, responding, seeking accountability, finding solutions, bringing expertise, driving change. It's our commitment to you. And what we look forward to the most, it's doing it all again for you tomorrow. Fox 13.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Smith Entertainment Group and the Utah Mammoth.
I cannot wait to get this place buzzing! And he's got the crowd going here tonight. Listen to Utah on its feet. You've got to be kidding! And they're on their feet at Delta Center. Oh, Captain, my Captain! Cole, Sergachev, he scores! Mikhail Sergachev!
I heard chants Utah, and that got us going. Thank you, guys.
This group wants to get to the playoffs. The city wants us in the playoffs. We're all hungry to make sure we get there.
Delta Center has been transformed. Yeah, it was a construction zone for about 7 months during the off season, but we are ready to go. So great to be back home for the Utah Mammoth and the Los Angeles Kings. And welcome in everybody with Dominic Moore. I'm Matt McConnell. Sarah Merrifield, Nick Olczyk will join us momentarily. Delta Center, how about it? She's never looked better, Dom.
One of a kind, Matt. Anyone that's set foot in this venue knows how unique it is with the steepness on all sides. It's been enhanced. One of the most intimidating, incredible environments in the NHL just got better.
So the preseason rolls on. A couple of dress rehearsals remain, and this is a big game for a lot of players.
It's a big game for the team in general. You know, coaching staff, they want to dial in those details as they get ready for that all-important opening night, October 9th. And first, from some specific young players, this could be their last chance as an audition to show what they can do. Right at the top of that list is Dmitry Simashev. He has been impressive. He has looked like a veteran in all the games he has played thus far. Another chance for him to make his mark. His compatriot, Daniil But, 2 goals in the preseason. I think they want to see if he can keep up that consistency. And another guy who's been consistent and played a very mature game is Gabe Smith. He's a big guy who knows his role. He'll have another chance to show what he can do. So the auditions continue. Here we go.
All right, up next, the Mammoth Defensive Corps, loaded with experience, including 2 veterans who re-signed in the offseason, Sarah and Nick, with more on that as Hockey Night in Utah skates closer to puck drop.
Utah is more than a place we work and live. It's where we've raised our families, where we're making memories, and where we're planning our futures. Utah is where we thrive. So when I meet people with life-changing circumstances out of their control, I understand the gravity of their loss. They deserve to restore their lives in a fair and justified way. We're here to help make that happen. We win for you, period.
Part of what we do on television is communicating science to the public. Being a teacher allows me to really open the door to talk more about science topics with children and the public as well. Anyone that wants to learn about science, I'm happy to talk about it. When you have someone with specialty forecasting experience, some of us have been here for 20, 30 years, you really get a lot more specific information. And being here and understanding how the phenomena works makes a huge difference.
Dina Friedman, part of Utah's Weather Authority.
Jesse Palmer. Emmitt Smith. Both of us together? This must be some kind of TV fantasy.
Nope, it's reality. Tableau reality. Tableau lets you watch, pause, and record live TV subscription free.
Follows you, Jesse. I'm here for 100+ channels. News, reality, movies, free live sports. Plus, it's game time.
Tableau. It's not fantasy, it's reality.
And a smart play.
Learn more at TableauTV.com.
The MVP of TV.
The Utah Mammoth taking the ice in their newly renovated home of Delta Center for their preseason game against the LA Kings, and we're going to break it all down for you. Sarah Merrifield and Nick Olczyk joining you. And Nick, we've talked a lot about familiar faces, but two D-men who re-signed in the offseason, helping to build on what they started last year.
A lot of focus so far this year on the additions, and rightfully so, but let's give some love to the guys who are going to continue to build on the culture that they established here in Utah last year. One of those is Ian Cole, two-time Stanley Cup champion. Nobody blocked more shots last year in the NHL than he did as he embarks on his 16th season in the National Hockey League. And a waiver wire pickup from the New Jersey Devils back on January 5th. A right-handed puck-moving defenseman, a coveted treasure in this sport, adding to the defensive depth. And on a hockey team, it's about two things: accepting and executing your role, as these two have done for a long time.
Veteran experience is invaluable with this group, and coming up, the second meeting in 3 days between Utah and LA. Preseason continues here inside Delta Center. Hockey Night in Utah rolls on after break.
At About Time Pub and Grub, we have more TVs than tables. See any and every game you love, all at the same time. We're more than your local sports bar. Here, everyone feels welcome. Enjoy delicious food and snacks with a full array of refreshing drinks. We've got something for whatever you feel like. Make About Time your go-to spot for sports, food, drinks, and fun. About Time Pub and Grub is a proud broadcast sponsor of Utah 16's coverage of the Utah Mammoth.
Thing going on. Every day waking up feeling blessed to be here, 'cause it's another day I get to chase my dream. Vision in my head never been so clear. Got a good thing going on.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits for your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up.
Enjoy sizzling restaurant deals.
Peace of mind mobile phone protection.
Timely telehealth services.
Confidence boosting identity protection.
And Clutch loan rate discount.
Make My Style your lifestyle.
At Mountain America Credit Union.
Hockey Night in Utah is sponsored by Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward. Ready to go tonight from Delta Center, the first home preseason game here in Salt Lake City for the Utah Mammoth, taking on the Los Angeles Kings. The starting goaltenders, Vitek Vanacek, Stanley Cup champion last season with the Florida Panthers. He'll assume the backup role most likely. Here's numbers, 294, the goals against average in his career of 5 seasons. At the other end, Anton Forsberg, acquired by the Los Angeles Kings. Similar role to Vanacek last season with Ottawa. 11 wins, his career numbers of 321 goals against average. What an opportunity for that man, Andrew Agozzino. He's going to be centering the line between J.J. Peterka and Dylan Guenther. A veteran pro out of Ontario. He was in Tucson last year, and we are ready to go. Hockey season, preseason action from Delta Center here in Salt Lake City. And so many storylines today as the Kings will send it in. Our hockey day, Dom, started early with the sale of the jerseys.
Not as early as some. Some were lined up at 4:30 in the morning to be the trendsetters to get those first jerseys.
Cleared out of by the Kings, sent right back in Mikhail Sergachev. Has sent around veteran lineups here as Sergachev right to the front, glove save by Anton Forsberg. Between the benches tonight, Nick Olczyk.
It is great to be back with you guys, Maddie, Dom, Sarah, and the rest of the crew, and just looking around Delta Center, all of the renovations that have taken place, the steepness that, Dom, you talked about in the pregame show on the end zones, just feels like as a player or when you're at ice level, feels like everybody's on top of you. So if you only got 5 gears to go to with this setup, you're going to find a 6th or a 7th with the energy in this building.
Well, it is absolutely remarkable what they've done in under 7 months here at Delta Center. Dumoulin, and that's scooped up by Vitek.
And that Mammoth logo, by the way, looks almost as good as Nick's new suit. But I want to give a special shout out to Ben Barnes. He's the senior brand director who had a huge role in how beautifully those Mammoth logos turned out, and they are uniquely Utah.
Yeah, they are fantastic. All sorts of Easter eggs in the design of the logo as this one goes all the way back down. By the way, I'd like to give a shout out to all the construction workers, the men and women that have pulled off this incredible feat of transforming Delta Center, and it's only phase 1 of 3 phases, too.
On my way in, guys, I talked to a couple of them. Some are working 14, 60, 20-hour shifts just to get it done. It's truly remarkable what Ryan and Ashley Smith have been able to do and get everybody on the same page.
Well, Daniil Boot will bring it out. He's up tonight with Clayton Keller and Nick Schmaltz, and we'll get a whistle here. And a face-off coming at the LA end.
You know, this building is truly one of a kind. And just to talk a little bit more about that, you know, the steepness, particularly on the end zones, is unbelievable how steep. And Nick, it looked like you and Kim in the pregame were literally hovering above the ice from the porch there. And it's only been enhanced with these renovations. It is a one-of-a-kind venue, Delta Center.
Off the face-off, cleared out of the zone. Back to get it is J.J. Peterka. We already mentioned that line earlier. Andrew Agozzino, he's been a real good pro throughout his career. Gets an opportunity with 2 of the biggest offensive cogs. Dylan Guenther tried to drag it to the middle, and it's denied. And Kevin Fiala coming off a terrific season. Kings will bring it back, and this one's sent back down.
Yeah, we saw that incredible chemistry with Peterka and Guenther in Vegas. We'll see if they can continue to build on that.
Now Peterka will play to the corner. Dylan Guenther. But Dylan, first day of training camp, Tom, we were there talking about how he really wants to work on his inside game, getting pucks to the net, getting to the middle. He's certainly done that in the preseason.
You know, you could argue, obviously the season hasn't started, but in terms of preseason, you could make a strong case for him being the most improved player. And just the way that he has started to attack with his feet. You know, we always talk about the shot, and for good reason, but it just seems like he's made a point of emphasis of changing the way he attacks using his legs, which he is a great skater, eh, Nick? Like, we know that he has it, just a matter of using it.
And while you're using your feet, we've seen a couple of goals that he scored, taking the puck right to the rack, going right to the net. So you have the opportunity, and you keep the defenders honest and knowing, okay, he's not just going to come in and rip it. Now you keep the defenders honest as well as the goaltender. If you're going to shoot it off the rush or if you're going to take it wide, try to take it right to the net.
Mikhail Sergachev will get it back to center ice. Carcone brings it in. They played it in behind the net. Gabe Smith trying to win a job here. You know, they started with, 66 players in training camp. A couple of players injured did not participate, including Caleb Denoye, their first-round pick.
That puck nearly hit the official on the dump in there, guys. He had to dive out of the way.
That was Justin Kia. And the puck played all the way down. And we get an icing call here against Utah. But they've really cut down on the numbers.
They have. Yeah, this is, you're getting down to the end of camp. This is typically how it goes. And LA Kings, they have an entirely veteran lineup tonight. Save for the injuries on the Utah side, we might have seen that. For Utah, it means more opportunity for these young guys to make an impression.
Dmitry Sibishev battling with Kempe, and the puck ends up in behind the net. Nate Schmidt trying to bring it along.
It should be what you want at this stage of camp. And, you're the coaching staff on either bench. You want to iron out those details as we get a look at Nick Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz getting an opportunity to play center here in tonight's game. He hasn't really played center in about 4 years. And head coach Andre Tourigny talked about these games with some of the injuries being a good chance for Schmaltz to get some reps at center because you just never know, right? Throughout the course of a long season, injuries happen. He has played the position before. So getting him a little more comfort in that role is another benefit of some of these injuries that have happened in camp.
Yeah, some of those injuries include Logan Cooley and Jack McBain down the middle. Flipped by Agazino, try to set it up for Dylan Gunther. Right back to the front. A one-timer by Sergachev is steered away. And Mikhail that time just filling the lane, taking the ice. And it ends up in behind the net. Kevin Fiala moves it past Sergachev. Board battle here. Fiala coming away with it for Los Angeles. Try to set for the middle for Quinton Byfield. And Dylan Gunther will get it back to center ice. Turnover brought right back in. LaFerriere with a shot. And Vanacek tracking it all the way for the Utah Mammoth.
Well, early chance for Utah as they get a surprise pass off an LA Kings stick. It's Warren Fogle, 37 white, throws it right onto the tape of Mikhail Sergachev. And Sergachev just an element of surprise shot that Forsberg, the Kings netminder, gets with the glove.
Yeah, Mikhail was trying to go against the grain to where Forsberg was coming from, but most impressive was the timing. Mikhail didn't arrive too early. All the Kings were mesmerized by the puck. Obviously, they had control, so they were trying to get open, but love that shot selection as well as the timing from Sergachev.
Quinton Byfield shot off the faceoff, blocked en route. Mikey Anderson out high, Vanacek tracking it. And the puck to the sideboards. Fiala will chase it down. Forced out of there by Simishev. Kings keep the zone. No, they're going to say it came out, I believe. And so an offside will bring the faceoff out.
Off the faceoff here, you see it was the Kings player that blocked that shot, LaFerriere, and then another shot that squeaks through. You see the way all four Utah players collapse in front of their net. That's something that's been a point of emphasis, is trying to clean up those second chance opportunities as they try to hone in details leading to opening day.
In behind the net, taken away, Brandon Tanev, and he can't get it out. Mikey Anderson with a wrist shot. A board battle here. Kings keep it momentarily inside the Utah end of the ice. LaFerriere. And now Fiala, backhander, and that went off Nate Schmidt. And now out with it, Tanev. And he leads it for Carcone. I'll look for maybe a turnaround season out of Michael. You know, Nicky was so good a couple of years ago offensively. Had a down year, but Carcone can scoot.
Yeah, he's had 20 goals in his career in a season there wasn't all that long ago. Arguably the fastest skater on this roster and can fill a lot of different holes. Not many other guys in the league that can keep up with him.
The Kings will play the puck. Dumoulin. angled off.
That good angle there from Clayton Keller allows him to go back on offense.
Schmaltz with it. Out high. DeSimone. And now Keller. Keller cutting to the front, but he lost the puck, and Dumoulin will retrieve. Got upended there by Daniil Booth. Booth played 2 years with Dmitry Simashev in the Continental Hockey League. Turnover, John Marino. He's sent right back in.
Gorgeous back check there from Nick Schmaltz at the end of his shift as well. Just kept those legs churning the whole way.
Taken away, Kraus. And now Stenlin. Back to the middle. Kraus trying to get a backhander away, denied. That was Andrzej Kopitar in the middle of it. Kuzmenko for Kempe. Kempe comes in. He's stopped in time. Vitek Vanacek. Save of the period so far. And Vitek out to challenge against that big line for Los Angeles. No score tonight. Delta Center. Preseason hockey on Hockey Night in Utah.
Thanks for walking us through the plan.
You guys heading up north soon?
Sornosa. Oh! Struck with surgical precision. Robino inside, headed down. CC Kaiser brings the Royals back. St. George, and they score first. Bianca St. George. A clean save. Oh! Mita Tanaka.
A wonderful goal from the Utah Royals. Busy day, and today the Utah Mammoth opened the team store for the first official jersey drop featuring new Mammoth brand and merchandise available for public purchase. And the team store and Fanatics came prepared with jerseys to spare. We talked to some of the guys who were standing out in front of the store. As early as 4:30 a.m., people were lined up to get their hands.
Specialists. Your advisor helps you build a personalized, tax-smart investment strategy, identifying opportunities across your entire portfolio. And when life surprises you, your plan can change too. Because doors were meant to be opened.
I wish we could stay here forever. We always joke, but could we?
Tammy and Linda, with your mortgage nearly paid off, this could be a good time to discuss a vacation property and its investment potential.
George, you're always there with the answers.
In these preseason games, I think the positivity, as Nick, you alluded to, the penalty kill and some other things, the progress is there for sure.
Speaking of new threads,
yeah,
that is a A-plus jacket from head coach Andre Tourigny.
I was going to say, guys, he's winning tonight with that jacket.
Oh, that is beautiful.
I think that thing's got 7-way stretch, Nick, because this one's playing all the way back in.
I heard it at 8-way.
Byfield's got it. Kings will bring it along. Quentin Byfield. Try to send it to the front. Follow-up Fiala couldn't tee it up. Here come the Mammoth. Keller. It's dumped in. Anton Forsberg. By the way, the Kings lost goaltender Phoenix Copley to waivers. As this one will be played back. This is the time of year where every team is trying to get players down to their American Hockey League teams. And a lot of those players require waivers, which means if you put them on waivers, any team can pick them up. Marconio playing in behind the net. Guys that are on entry-level deals are exempt. Maverick Lamoureux was sent down to Tucson by the Mammoth today. So was the defenseman Scott Perunovich.
Yeah, tough decisions. You know, you got good quality players that are going to be playing in the minor leagues. That is the way it looks when you start to be a team that's on the rise.
We roll under 10 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Yoel Armia. Played across. Hellenius going after it, but ends up on the stick of Dylan Gunther. A big hit there, and covering it is Vitek Vanacek. Well, a collision behind the Mammoth net. Getting a little physical here tonight at Delta Center. No score, Mammoth and the Kings.
Turn everyday spending into an extraordinary escape. Shop with any Mountain America credit or debit card for a chance to win a $5,000 vacation voucher. Simply tap, insert, swipe, or click checkout to be entered to win. Now until October 31st. Use any card, win any trip at Mountain America Credit Union.
There is so much to love about life in Utah. From our charming communities to our stunning views, our day-to-day is truly special. Utah is where we thrive. So when I meet people with life-changing circumstances out of their control, I understand the gravity of their loss. They deserve to restore their lives in a fair and justified way. We're here to help make that happen. We win for you, period.
Looking for the perfect place to kick back? About Time Pub and Grub is your go-to spot for an unbeatable atmosphere where everyone feels welcome. Catch the big game and hang out with friends, enjoying a refreshing drink while digging into something delicious. At About Time, every seat is the best seat in the house, where good times are always on tap. About Time Pub and Grub, great food and made-to-order drinks, all with the lively local neighborhood vibe. Join us for a good time today.
Welcome back. The countdown to the regular season is sponsored by Fidelity Wealth Management. 7 days. I mentioned the opening night in Denver, Colorado, a week from tonight. Tom?
We cannot wait to get this party started.
And I, for one, can't wait for the new preseason rules next year.
I mean, it's just the anticipation for opening night is so strong. It's just, let's get there already, right? I think everyone will welcome a shorter preseason, which will arrive next year.
4 games, and everybody will only be able to play in 2 of them.
Yeah, and camp will be shortened as well. I think it's just a positive development for everyone.
The Brain Trust, Chris Armstrong on the left, Bill Armstrong in the middle, goalie coach Corey Schwab talking to the GM. Drew Doughty. We'll turn the other way, Dylan Gunther. Speaking of goaltenders, Karel Vejmelka backing up tonight for Vitek Vanacek here at Delta Center. Only Mata paired with Nick DeSimone, and it's Mata to get the puck down low for Gunther. Dylan Gunther falling down. Drew Doughty all over him. And the veteran D-man will flip it across for Andrzej Kopitar. Kopitar shoots and a stop. Vitek Vanacek. Final season for Andrzej Kopitar. Future Hall of Famer. Without a doubt, Sergachev, and this one is batted away by Kempe. And we get an icing here against the Kings.
Well, a couple of veterans for the Kings lead to that last chance. It started with Drew Doughty all the way down in the Kings zone. He knocked Dylan Gunther off the puck and then made a pass in the neutral zone over to Kopitar for the chance. These are Stanley Cup champion veterans for the Kings. And I hate to say it, but both of those guys beat my New York Rangers teammates and I in 2014 to win one of those cups.
Wow. Going up against those guys, Dom, I mean, the competitiveness, I'm sure, was through the window. What makes them so special?
Well, I mean, when people ask me who's the toughest player I ever played against, it's Andrzej Kopitar. And listen, it was my job to shut down Sidney Crosby. I just found Kopitar, the size. He wouldn't beat you with speed, but the way he reads the game, he's heavy, can play the game any way. Boy, was he a bear to deal with.
From one of the most beautiful spots in the world, southern Slovakia. And puck is played around, or excuse me, Slovenia. As it's played in behind the net, Yamamoto. We'll turn the other way. A couple of summers ago, I had a chance to go to Ljubljana in Slovenia.
Oh, wow. What's it called, Matty? What's the place?
Ljubljana.
Ah, okay.
Absolutely gorgeous. About 30 miles south of where Andrzej's from. Incredible part of the world. Schmaltz will send one in.
First ballot Hall of Famer, too.
Yeah, no doubt. Keller on the steal. And Clayton Keller will play it down low. Keller, Schmaltz, and Daniil Booth. Nate Schmidt, and that's turned the other way.
Not a lot of room here offensively for either team right now. Kings defending very well, and Utah are doing much of the same.
Turnover here as Putin is looking for Schmaltz. Back out high.
A lot of that has been the up-ice pressure from Utah. We saw it there on that last shift as Clayton Keller, the captain, was able to force a turnover, so not waiting for the Kings to gain speed. They did have that chance last shift, but for the most part, the pressure up the ice for Utah has allowed them to kind of stifle what LA has been able to try to do off the rush most times.
I think a lot of it, Nick, is when Utah loses the puck, they're very quick to apply pressure to gain it back. And I think that's also been a point of emphasis from the coaching staff. They want to play with the puck as much as they can in the game. Possession is the name of the game. So getting it back as soon as you lose it is a key.
And sometimes when you listen to head coach Andre Tourigny talk or the players talk, the hockey speak, the hockey lingo is reload. How quickly can you reload and attack, to your point, Dom, as soon as you lose the puck?
Ferrier knocked off the puck by Gabe Smith. It ends up behind the net. Smith will take it away. Good outlet. Back to center. Tannen, he'll chase one in. Partial change here for Utah. In behind the net battle. Carcone right in the middle of it. Fiala takes it away. And now Moverari sends it high off the glass. LA counters with a change. And taken by Gunther as John Marino will bring it out. Doughty chips it back to center. And Marino on the reset. Marino and Sergachev. Brought in. Peterka. Trying to flip it along. Denied. Armia for Los Angeles. Hellenius stopped the very end.
I thought Dylan Gunther could have ripped that puck. He was in a beautiful spot. It was a heck of a play. Drive the middle, kick it wide. And when Dylan Gunther's got a puck in that spot, got to let it go.
I like the play by Agostino to set it quickly. Stenlin, meanwhile, will try to move it to Simonson to the front. Cross is there, but he can't get it past. Goaltender Anton Forsberg. Close calls. And you know what? You want to score goals in the National Hockey League? Go to the front of the net. Beautiful opportunity for the Mammoths. Still no score tonight at Delta Center.
Let's see. String cheese. Ooh, soda.
Surprise! You have a brother.
Hi. Whoa. Why didn't you tell me before?
Well, we just got him.
For opening a new account at America First Credit Union.
Which, surprise number 2, you're moving out and living at America First.
Huh?
Get your money working. For a limited time, new members get a cash bonus when they open a checking account.
At Lifetime, you know anything that comes out of our factory is going to be quality. But did you know that at a Lifetime store, you can get that same performance and durability, but at a factory direct price? From playsets that set the stage for endless fun to sheds that are maintenance-free and built to last. Whether it's for your yard, your vacation, or your next gathering, chances are we've got it here. And with 9 locations and counting, it's even easier to find your next favorite. So what are you waiting for? Stop by your local Lifetime store today.
Sornosa. Oh! Struck with surgical precision. Robino inside, headed down. CC Kaiser brings the Royals back. St. George, and they score first. Bianca St. George. Let the Wizards make a clean save. Oh! Mina Tanaka.
A wonderful goal from the Utah Royals.
Those young players auditioning here tonight is Gabe Smith, and let's keep an eye on what he's been doing in this first period. To me, he's played a mature game throughout camp, defensively responsible. He's always in the right spot, uses his reach to his advantage, and also has some poise. How about this? A little bit of pressure, takes the hit to make the play on the breakout, Maybe he doesn't play this game if not for the injuries, but he's taking advantage of the opportunity he's been given, guys.
And though those plays may not go on the score sheet, the one thing you do know is the gentleman we saw earlier, the likes of Chris Armstrong and Bill Armstrong and his staff, they're looking at those plays because those count just as much of a goal for Andre Tourigny, knowing that you can trust a guy like that when he's put in important situations.
And it's funny, and we talked about it at the top of the broadcast, guys. This game is huge for some players. So, not only for the veterans getting ready, but the young guys like Gabe Smith trying to make another positive impression.
Yeah, to me, Gabe Smith is on that list of when players. You've heard the coaches talk about if players, if they're going to make it, and when players, when they're going to make it. To me, it's only a matter of time for Gabe Smith.
Shot to the front, he scores. Kevin Stenlund, I believe, gets the goal, and it's 1-0 Utah.
Transition. We talked about Utah winning pucks back after they lose it. They do exactly that here and then go right away on offense. Watch Kevin Stenlund drive the net. Textbook fundamentals. Stenlund stick on the ice the entire way, and Lawson Krause delivers a beauty.
And when you're going to the net with a player draped all over your backside like Stenlund had, it was CeCe, the LA defenseman. You got to have...
He's got a tremendous shot, nose for the net. And that kind of depth scoring is crucial for a team that has playoff aspirations.
So Stenlund from Krause and Yamamoto, even strength goal at 15-12.
I mean, how many goals, guys, last year in big games was it the third and fourth line that got that difference-making goal, right?
Yeah, they played a massive role. Got some key players out right now. That's the other part of it. We talk a lot about J.J. Peterka being acquired from Buffalo, the offensive guy. But I think what they've done, Nick, in the bottom six has been significant.
Yeah, you get a guy like Brandon Tanev, who's been such a great energy player in his career, a penalty killer, a fan favorite, you could say, already here in Utah, just from his headshot alone. You start to build depth through the forward group, then you start to become a competitive team every night.
Agazino, and he's robbed by Anton Forsberg. Oh, Andrew Agazino. Play it all the way back. Agazino's a little bit older, guys, too. You should point that out. Well, he's played a lot of games in the American Hockey League, but he's another guy, a plug-and-play guy that's getting an opportunity here tonight. Sergachev. And now Marino. Good outlet. But some real nice clean breakouts here. Back to the front. A shot over the top 10. And he sent that one just over the crossbar.
It looked like he picked the wrong club, guys. He had the sand wedge out.
Turcotte with a shot stopped by Vanacek.
It didn't help that puck was rolling on it, too, so at least just to get it somewhat towards the goal as he took a big hit there by Turcotte. He'll have a couple of words for him as both those guys will go back to their bench, and it looks like a very intense stare from number 13 back at 15 in a white jersey.
Simashek. And now Lawson Krause forcing it up the boards. He'll go after it.
That's what they call taking a number.
Yeah, icing here.
Well, a couple chances, guys, at both ends. The first one was a chance for the Kings that fooled Vitek Vanacek, but keep an eye on the right skate. Just there, he got a piece of it, just enough to send it wide. And Agazino had another chance from the slot before the Tanev redirect over the net.
Now the goal scorer, Kevin Stenlund against Andrei Kopitar. Mammoth win the faceoff. Simashev. Play it alongside him behind the net. Kuzmenko and Kopitar out there with Adrian Kempe. Played away, Kevin Stenlund, and he'll flip it back. Changes on both sides. Simashev Well, I go back to when he and Daniil But were drafted a few years ago, how excited Bill Armstrong and his entire group were to get Simashev. Daniil But went a little bit later in that first round as well. Both playing tonight. Out of the zone it goes. Forced along. Trevor Moore with a shot and a stop. Vitek Vanacek and a penalty coming up here that'll put LA on the power play.
Well, Trevor Moore, 12 wide, can really skate, and he broke away there.
Utah number 9, minor penalty for hooking.
That was Clayton Keller and Nick DeSimone that were both trying to track back here. And Trevor Moore, credit to him, he just keeps his feet moving, forces Keller to get the stick in the hand.
What a season a year ago for the captain, Clayton Keller. He'll sit for a couple of minutes on the hooking minor. Penalty kill for Utah's been good here in the preseason. Krause and Sergachev with Marino out there, and Stenlund, Kempe, and his shot blocked away by Stenlund. And now Kempe will bring it along. Under a minute and a half remaining in the opening period, Stenlund's goal has given Utah a 1-0 lead and a clear here on the PK. So Kempe will set it. He goes up front. Fiala and Kopitar joining him. Byfield. And now Fiala. Brought right back in. Kopitar. 5 forwards out there right now for the Kings.
Penalty kill time here, guys, for Dylan Gunther. I don't remember.
Different things depending on what part of the state you're in, or even along the Wasatch Front. After time, you become more familiar with. Sometimes it just comes down to a matter of experience.
Damon Yanni, part of Utah's Weather Authority.
We're mapping DNA to find the cause and the cure. Because 1 in a million is really just one. One person facing one incredibly difficult diagnosis, looking for one thing: hope.
Turn everyday spending into an extraordinary escape. Shop with any Mountain America credit or debit card for a chance to win a $5,000 vacation voucher. Simply tap, insert, swipe, or click checkout to be entered to win. Now until October 31st. Use any card, win any trip at Mountain America Credit Union.
The Utah Mammoth First Intermission Report is brought to you by Common Spirit Health. After the first 20 minutes inside of Delta Center, it's your Utah Mammoth up over the LA Kings 1-0, and it was Kevin Stenlund with that goal. Downstairs with Sarah Merrifield, they just had a little chat.
Kevin, I know it's still preseason, but great energy out there in terms of the pressure, the speed, the transitions, the urgency. What are you seeing from your group right now?
I think it's a good game. Good first period. It's a lot of speed, as you said. Played together for good first.
Can you walk me through that goal you scored?
I don't know. It's counterattack, and Krause made a really good play, so I just got to tip it in.
What do you want to see more of in the next 2?
Well, I'll keep going. I think the speed is good. Help each other out. First on pucks and stuff like that, so keep that going.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Guys?
All right, thank you, Sarah. We'll bring in Nick Olczyk here during the first intermission. Nick, pretty good stuff out there. How about that assist from Lawson Krause? They wanted to see the leadership in Lawson Krause show up on the ice, and I'd say that led to a pretty good goal there.
And I would agree with you, Kim. A wonderful assessment of how that goal came to be. That's speed through the neutral zone. It's give and go hockey. And you want to score? You got to go to the front of the net with a strong bottom hand, which is exactly what Kevin Stenlund did.
How's that front row seat taking you?
This is great.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We'll bring in Nick Olczyk here during the first intermission. Nick, pretty good stuff out there. How about that assist from Lawson Krause? They wanted to see the leadership in Lawson Krause show up on the ice, and I'd say that led to a pretty good goal there.
And I would agree with you, Kim. A wonderful assessment of how that goal came to be. That's speed through the neutral zone. It's give and go hockey. And you want to score? You got to go to the front of the net with a strong bottom hand, which is exactly what Kevin Stenlund did.
How's that front row seat taking you? You know, it's been a while since you've been down there. Yeah, you've been having fun.
Yeah, it's great to be back. A little chill will down here, if I'm being totally honest, but no other place I'd rather be than right between the benches here at Delta Center.
A little chill will.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that might be the first time that I heard that. This is my favorite part, though. The little ones out on the ice. Oh, that one's a hit. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back.
Some shops, they just give you an oil change and send you on your way.
But at Master Auto Tech, our master service goes beyond that.
Our master service package includes premium oil, full digital inspection, tire rotation, fluid top-offs, and a brake check.
Plus, BG EPR to clean the sludge out of your engine.
And BG MOA to extend engine life and performance.
Getting the master service means you're going to be doing it less often, saving you money over time.
So come down and ask for the master service. It's not just an oil change, it's peace of mind.
Your trusted, helpful expert, Master Auto Tech.
John Ferris Furniture, that's where I shop. John Ferris Furniture, that's where I bought a new kitchen table and my bedroom set. That's where me and my sofa met. I don't bother shopping all around. I stroll down the Ferris with my own 2 feet. John Ferris prices can't be beat. 3 locations, delivery's free. Come on, John Ferris, deliver to me. For good furniture, it walks for miles. I got Ferris Furniture, now I got style. Sure feels big.
Yeah, okay. Hi.
On a scale from 1 to 5,
I would give Siegfried and Jensen.
Hockey is. It's good to maybe take a step back and have a few laughs in that sense.
And that's what it's all about. Just a few laughs, some entertainment here in the NHL. That was Tyson Nash and Mike Fulta on the Nashcast, of course, interviewing Brandon Tanev. There they are right now. Do they know they're on camera? They must. And look at that. They got coordinated blue ties. Yeah, there they go. Where are they? There you go. Make sure that you guys check out the Nashcast podcast wherever you get your podcast. You might even get some cute little dance moves from Mike Fulta if you tune in. And guess what? Mike Fulta also hosts Mammoth Daily with our very own Adrian Denny, Monday through Friday. You'll get 30 minutes of all things Utah Mammoth. You can scan the QR code right there so that you don't miss tomorrow's episode, and you can subscribe and catch all of the episodes, like I said, Monday through Friday on everywhere that you get your podcasts. And Nick, I listened to Mammoth Daily yesterday and today, 2 days in a row. Thank you very much. I know. Very good stuff from AD and Mike Fulta. However, I will say that I'm a little offended no one's asked you and I to do a podcast yet.
You know what, Kim? I think we may have some things in the works. Maybe.
Oh, don't get me excited.
Maybe. We'll see.
Don't get my hopes up.
But those guys do, all those guys do such a great job. And we have so many talented people that work here for the Utah Mammoth, and all the great folks behind the scenes who put these shows on, the editing and the producing and so on and so forth. So a lot of different ways to consume your Mammoth content. And who knows, Kim, maybe you just put something out there.
We're planting the seed, okay? Hey, all of you behind the camera. Yeah, you listening to this? Because Nick and I are next. But thank goodness that we got Tyson Nash and Mike Fulta, Adrian Denny, keeping us informed. And we've got you informed here in the preseason game. We'll be right back with more.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we're one.
We cheer for you. Big changes, near misses, hard losses. Our community is up for the challenge. And together, hand in hand, we can tackle anything. Fox 13 News is proud to tell your stories, to stand by your side when you need us, and to be a part of your lives. Thanks for being our teammate. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. Cheers to Utah. Fox 13.
Attention Salt Lake City law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
Sornosa. Oh! Struck with surgical precision. Brecken Mozingo. Robino inside, headed down. CeCe Kaiser brings the Royals back. St. George, and they score first. Bianca St. George. But the Wizards make a clean save. Oh! Mita Tanaka.
A wonderful goal from the Utah Royals.
In the assists and what goes on the score sheet is, can you be reliable in the defensive zone? Can you play physically? Can you play to your role? And I think, to your point, Kim, a guy like Gabe Smith has certainly made a very positive impression all in camp, but especially here tonight so far through 20 minutes.
Well, and even on top of that, it's the culture off of the ice, right? We've heard head coach Andre Turney talk a lot about the chemistry in the locker room and what's going on at the training facility. So all things to keep an eye on as tonight's game continues. We've still got 2 more periods here inside of Delta Center as the Utah Mammoth takes on the LA Kings. The Utah Mammoth first intermission report is brought to you by Common Spirit. From Kim Becker, Nick Olchek, we'll send you back out to the ice and see you right back here at the second intermission.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits for your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up.
Enjoy sizzling restaurant deals.
Peace of mind mobile phone protection.
Timely telehealth services.
Confidence boosting identity protection.
And clutch loan rate discount. Make My Style your lifestyle.
At Mountain America Credit Union.
At Lifetime, you know anything that comes out of our factory is going to be quality. But did you know that at a Lifetime store, you can get that same performance and durability, but at a factory direct price? From playsets that set the stage for endless fun to sheds that are maintenance-free and built to last. Whether it's for your yard, your vacation, or your next gathering, chances are we've got it here. And with 9 locations and counting, it's even easier to find your next favorite. So what are you waiting for? Stop by your local Lifetime store today.
Few moments teach us like the small ones. The experiences that set us up for what we remember most and show us who we can depend on. At the Young Automotive Group, we've worked to provide you with quality service and exceptional experiences for over 100 years. That's why we're proud to be your hometown destination for vehicle parts and service. Visit us in Utah, Idaho, and Montana, or see our inventory online at youngautomotive.com. Think young, drive young.
John Ferris Furniture, that's where I shop. John Ferris Furniture, that's where I bought a new kitchen table and my bedroom set. That's where me and my sofa met. I don't bother shopping all around. Oh no! I stroll down the Ferris with my own 2 feet. John Ferris prices can't be beat. 3 locations, delivery's free. Come on, John Ferris, deliver to me. For good furniture, it walks for miles. I got Ferris Furniture, now I got style.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom, she's fine. These the ones, right, Mama?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
Utah Mammoth players re-entering the ice heading into this second period as they lead the LA Kings 1-0. And as Kevin Sedlin said in that intermission, a very good first period. We saw energy, urgency, and a lot of those details they've been working on all preseason. Speaking of details in the preseason, well, check this out. There's been a lot of exciting things happening here inside Delta Center from the ground-up transformation that began in the offseason. And I want to specifically highlight this very unique riser system that is specific just to Delta Center because they extended the rink by 12 feet and they raised the ice by 2 in order to create this very interesting and elaborate riser system to not only give sightline and visibility to all Mammoth fans here inside Delta Center for hockey games, but also to give the integrity of a Jazz home game just as much of a special experience. So they did all of this work to make sure Delta Center felt like one of a kind. And as you guys talked about it earlier in this game, so much credit goes to all of the operations people who were in charge of not just putting Delta Center together, but of course Southtown as well, which is the new home for the Utah Mammoth practice facility. So hats off literally to the construction workers who put this together in less than 7 months, because right now it's rocking inside Delta Center, and we are very grateful to have a great home for the Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, we certainly are, Sarah. And it's just an unbelievable job done by everybody. But, Dom, I think Delta Center could become the test case for other buildings to possibly use risers in the future. And, you know, it's a Michigan company. They're based in Clare, Michigan, which is about 2.5 hours north of Lansing, Michigan.
What? And do you have any ties to that area, Matt?
I've been through Clare. It's a great spot as you look at Clayton Keller in the penalty box. A little more time left on this power play for the Kings. But I think they're setting the standard here at Delta Center. And a lot of people are watching to see how it all works out. And so far, it has been absolutely magnificent.
Truly spectacular. And again, this building...
Doughty with a shot blocked off the shin pad of Marino. Boston Krause out of the penalty box goes Keller. Flips it. Stenlund. You were saying, Don?
Yeah, this building is so unique. And the steepness on all sides. Anyone that's not been here, it's one of a kind. How the fans are literally on top of the ice, and that has only been enhanced with the great work of so many.
Back out high, Dumoulin batted away by Vanacek. Sarah, you have more.
I just wanted to add that just in terms of the numbers, 1,100 new seats in the lower bowl, which makes a total of 12,478 full view capacity inside Delta Center.
And by the way, Matt referencing Michigan and Lansing, Michigan, of course, is just another way to reference his alma mater, Michigan State, which he never fails to find a way to do.
I was never even going to mention that. Clare, Michigan is beautiful. We'll take another look at this last chance, Don.
Yeah, great little nifty pass on the backhand, and it's Alex Laferriere tries to just go over the glove, but there's the stick of Dmitry Simashev again that sends that puck out of play.
Right place, right time for Simashev, using his reach, 2 hands on his stick in that position, making sure that he's ready to be strong on his stick. Really good defensive play from the young D.
The shot by Vanacek is handled from the point.
And, you know, you want to talk about these young players and who has a chance to make the team. To me, Dmitry Simashev has a real shot. And Andre Tourigny was talking about those prospects earlier today. The first one he mentioned was Simashev. And they talked about how he's been so good, so consistent, so mature, winning his one-on-one battles. I think they really like what he's done so far. It would not surprise me to see him on the opening night roster.
Well, Brian Dumoulin has it, veteran for Cody Ceci, and this one high over the top of the net. Played in behind. Andre Tourigny often breaking down camp in phases. Cody Ceci. That's sent wide of Vanacek, and it gets out of the zone past Dumoulin. Phase 1, the beginning, and then you get into phase 2 a couple of games into the preseason. But I think it's safe to say we're in the third and final phase. And you bring up Simashev, he keeps impressing. As Peterka can't play it. Brant Clark now for LA and sent back in, but we'll get a whistle.
The reality is where the team is at now. You know, they're bringing in guys only if they can help the team get to the next level. This isn't a case where maybe in the past the team had guys that were in a developmental mode. There still is development, don't get me wrong, but where the team is at, everyone that's in the lineup come opening night has to help the team here and now. And I think Simashev has been good enough that he's been doing that on a nightly basis.
Sergachev. Now John Marino. Turned the other way and dumped right back in. Kuzmenko, and we're going to get a whistle here. Icing.
We had a chance, Matt, to talk to the Kings head coach, Jim Hiller, in the hallway before the game, and he went out of his way to talk about Simashev and how impressed they have all been in watching the preseason and how that young man has played. So Simashev not only getting the attention of his own team, but teams are across the hallway as well.
Off the draw. Kings with a D-zone win. It'll be played back. Kempe's got it for Los Angeles. Kempe plays it in behind the net. Kuzmenko. Taken away by Stenlund. He's got the lone goal in the hockey game. Now Sergachev clean out for Utah. Brought in. Krause, tip of the shoulder. Cutting to the front. And that is covered up by Anton Forsberg.
Lawson Krause, to me, Matt, he's just looked so laser focused in this preseason, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been excellent.
This play starts with a good connecting of the dots on the breakout. Another good outlet pass from Yamamoto. And this line, as Nick alluded to, is buzzing.
And some of our fans may be wondering, well, the puck is loose. Why'd the whistle go? Well, as the officials, those in the zebra striped shirts with the orange armbands are instructed that when you lose sight of the puck and you think it's covered, that's when you blow the whistle. And from where the referee was positioned behind the net, didn't get a clearer look there. Unfortunate break for Utah. But nonetheless, a heck of a play with speed and driving the net.
Simashev in the middle of it again. Schmidt. And now Gabe Smith. Turnover here. Turcotte the other way for Los Angeles. Sent back in. Simashev is on it. Marconi with it out. And now Drew Doughty. Almost 3 minutes gone. Second period. 1-0 Utah. Stolen away. Nate Schmidt. Turnover. Chance in front. They score. Turcotte has tied it at 1.
Now, miscue on the breakout. All the Mammoth players were headed to the far side of the ice, expecting that puck to go there. And when Nate Schmidt tried to send it over to that side right here, it never made it. And you see all those players on the left side of your screen trying to recover back to the right, and it was just too late.
That's a heck of a shot from the Elk Grove, Illinois native Alex Turcotte on and off the stick before both Carconi and Tanev could try to recover to the middle to get in the lane or get their stick on Turcotte's stick. A heck of a shot, and Vanacek has been really good. He's made some big saves. That one unable to stop, and we're tied here in the second.
Turcotte has 2 in the preseason. Nick, that's from your old stomping ground, your hometown.
Both of you guys working in references to your...
I like to work in birthplaces every now and again.
You ever play with him?
I did not. But him, his family, very much legends in the Chicago area. Turcotte, last name in the hockey world that synonymous with hockey royalty.
Getting back to the Mammoth guys, that one of the areas they've wanted to adjust going into this season is just being a little bit more predictable on the breakouts. And you saw in that play, they were trying to do exactly that. You know, everyone seemed like they were on the same page, heading the right direction, and just a little bit of turnover, and LA's there to capitalize.
Keller drops it. Schmaltz for Ole Mata. Shot blocked away. Mata spent time in Los Angeles earlier in his career, and Mata's back to chase it down.
Really nice subtle interference there by Nick Schmaltz, allowing Ole Mata an extra couple seconds to get to that puck and make the breakout pass.
Schmaltz. And now Keller. Pumped there by Doughty. Picked up by Schmaltz momentarily, taken away. Sergachev will turn with it. And intercepted by Philip Deneau. Deneau sends it in. Change on for the Kings. Keller will get to the bench. And Utah with possession. To center, Gunther with speed. Brings it in, he shoots, and that just deflects wide. Oh, another shot deflected in front of goaltender.
Pass there, Matt, from Mikhail Sergachev coming out of the zone. He feathered it right through all the Kings' sticks, right onto the stick of Dylan Gunther.
And he was going down at full speed. He didn't even have to break stride. It was just a beautiful play on the exit.
If it was too hard, it would have been off. If it was too soft, it would have been just the perfect amount of touch on that pass from Sergachev. Here's a look. He'll pick the puck up. Watch Dylan Gunther going through the middle of the ice and just feathers it right past the King's stick, right to a striding Dylan Gunther.
That's the one thing. What did Wayne Gretzky say? Pass it to where the player is going, not to where he was. And for Dylan there, did not have to break stride. You continue skating straight ahead. And that's patience from Sergachev to wait for the window to open. And right on the tape.
J.J. Peterka with speed in over the line. Simishev will play it down low. Agazino there. Now Dylan Gunther behind the net. And Gunther upended. Chance Agazino at the doorstep, as was Peterka.
No, we talked about Dylan Gunther attacking more with his legs. He does it again here. Picks up this loose puck and just, instead of hesitating, gets right away, protects it, actually takes his own legs out going around the net. But love to see the instincts using his legs to his advantage.
Let's give some love, too, to Andrew Agazino, who has fit beautifully on that line. Over 700 games in the American League in his career. Over 600 points. He has fit in really well, doing a lot of the dogged, dirty work for that line with Gunther and Peterka.
You got to figure that Andrew Agazino is going to be a very valuable hockey mind someday. You know, working within the game, staying in the game, all that experience, 15 different professional teams that he's played for in his career.
That's a lot of systems over the years, and knows the game very well. Kopitar tied up there with Nate Schmidt.
Hopefully lots more days of his playing career ahead of him.
Heard of something happened to Mikey Anderson at Drew Doughty.
Now, Drew Doughty, one of those players that hoping to play his way into an Olympic roster spot. Clayton Keller would obviously be another one of those players, Olympic hopefuls. There's Mikey Anderson on the bench, you mentioned, Matt, but an added incentive for some players around the league as they have an eye towards February with the Olympic Games in Italy.
Boy, is that going to be something. Sergachev.
Do we want to make another bet like we did for the Four Nations?
And it's 2-1 Utah. Lawson Crouse will take it.
Well, this all started off the face-off play and patience from John Marino. They win the draw. Marino just waits. And it lays it off to Sergachev. Another touch pass from Sergachev right there. And then Marino keeps going. And Lawson Crouse, who made the pass on the original goal, you just wonder whether The goaltender, Forsberg, was thinking that a pass was coming and was surprised by the shot.
We talk about it all the time. You put the puck on net, good things are going to happen. And Lawson Crouse has had a very influential game so far. Well deserved for a second point of the game.
And behind the net, the puck will be played out. Mountain America Credit Union will donate $50 to the Huntsman Cancer Institute for every goal scored by the Utah Mammoth during the 25-26 season. Marino and Sergachev assisting on that Crouse goal. Out high, Schmidt. Simashev shoots. That was off the block. A rebound in front. They try to poke it home. Boot is there, but he can't get it past. Anton Forsberg. Lawson Crouse, go-ahead goal. 2-1 Mammoth here in the second at Delta Center.
I love being on the water, especially here at dusk. It's my favorite time. It's my happy place. Utah weather, it's unique just because of the landscape of the state. There's so many variables that play into weather. For our reservoirs, of course, there are our supply of water. We need to make sure that we are protecting the water, not only the quantity of water, but the quality of water as well. When we say Utah's Weather Authority, we can speak with authority because we have experience here in Utah.
Soak up your mornings with Good Day Utah. Join Kelly Chapman and Dan Evans with the breaking news you need to start your day. Katya Stepovic on traffic, helping you stay on track and on time.
We do have a full closure.
And bus stop weather with Damon Yanni.
A warm morning across most of Utah.
So you and your family can navigate summer heat. Good Day Utah, staying local longer with the stories that matter to Utah. Weekday mornings 5 to 10 a.m. Only on Fox 13.
Out here, we move fast, we work hard, and we don't cut corners. Since 1985, Welch Equipment has been providing top-quality equipment and service. From warehousing to industrial yards, our customized solutions can be catered to a wide range of industries. Whether you need new, used, or rental equipment, parts, and servicing, our knowledgeable team is ready to optimize your storage, enhance production flow, and efficiently handle heavy materials. Welch Equipment. Let's keep your business moving together.
Well, Lawson Crouse has made an impact here tonight, guys. He's just looked so focused throughout camp, and to me, it's a guy who knows his role. And I think last season was a bit of an adjustment, right? He went from being a 20-goal scorer, maybe getting less ice time than he's been used to. But I think he's really crystallized what his role is going forward and has come in with such clarity and purpose.
I talked about working on the mental side of the game in the offseason.
Yeah, that's right.
And just, I think he has looked terrific in the preseason.
And that's the evolution that, you know, the players, as the team grows, players have to evolve as well, right? And full marks to Lawson Crouse on so far what he's done.
Comes around the boards, Mikey Anderson trying to get it out. Good keep of the line, Simashev, and a great example there. He just stands his ground inside that left point. Makes the breakup play there. And that'll allow, here's taken away, Fiala. Quentin Byfield in a battle there with Gunther.
A heck of a recovery from Gunther after he turned the puck over.
Clark sent in behind the net. Gunther stepping in the way of Brant Clark. LaFerriere around Fiala. Terrific season a year ago for the Kings, Kevin Fiala. And played out and back to center.
Yeah, another one battle in the corner from Simashev again.
Well, I got to ask you, Tom, we've seen a lot of Simashev in the preseason. Where does this game rank? For Simashev, it's got to be right up there in terms of effectiveness.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Matt. And
Dumoulin, and his shot was blocked en route.
A long shift for Simashev here. You see him hunched over. Let's see how he handles this adversity. Keep an eye on Simashev, middle of your screen.
That long shift, and a chance there as Handled wide.
Minute and 45 and counting for Simashev. On this shift, most shifts are around 40 seconds, so this is redlining it here, guys.
It's going to be well over 2 minutes by the time he gets off.
Kopitar behind the net at altitude as well. What the floor, the valley floor here, 4,600 feet.
This is where you got to use your mind and not your legs.
Smith got it out.
And 2 young players still out there. And Gabe Smith as well. Protect the middle. This has got to be covered here if you're Vitek Vanacek.
Nice play off the skate by Simashev. He'll get to the bench. Vanacek on the cover, as you mentioned.
2 minutes, 26 seconds off that shift, and he's going to need an oxygen tank on the bench.
Normal shift usually, 45 seconds maybe?
And you know what? They weathered the storm and did what they needed to do. And to me, the consistency, the decision-making, just played a mature game.
Let's give some credit, too, there to Vitek Vanacek. I mean, that's a heck of a play. Realizing that it was a long shift, doing whatever he could to get a whistle.
Stop by Vanacek.
Credit for that save,
there,
too.
Yeah. That was Moverari.
He's looked really good, has Vanacek so far here through half of this hockey game.
His best outing of the preseason. Lawson Krause bumped by Clark, but he gets it deep, and now we'll get a whistle. And Clark and Krause having words now. Sergachev as well, as they come together in front of the penalty box.
Well, Vitek Vanacek continues to build on what has been a solid game for him. 10 saves to this point. Made that big-time cover to allow Utah to get a change, get some fresh bodies on the ice, and made that gorgeous save right off the face-off. Always got to be ready. We'll see if he'll be tested here again with a face-off to his right.
Stenlin and Deneau in the face-off circle, won by the Kings. Marino got it out. Clark in hot pursuit. Kings defenseman took a bump there from Yamamoto. Tyler Yamamoto with a point tonight. He assisted on the Stenlin goal back in the opening period. Moverari sends one in. Sergachev.
Nice play there, John Marino.
They've had a lot of clean outs tonight, has Utah.
They talked about some of the additions. You know, new faces, Peterka, some of the youngsters, Simashev, but let's not forget, John Marino, missed so much time at the beginning of last season. So in some ways, he's almost a new face coming in healthy this year. Think about that kind of impact.
Quentin Byfield now for Doughty.
Put Sean Dursey in that category as well.
LaBerriere trying to cut to the front. Stop there by Vanacek. That was a reaction save, if anything. They bounce it around in front. Levada comes in to try to clean it up.
No stick here for Vanacek and a penalty for a hook.
Yeah, so the Kings will go to the power play. The call made by Gordon Dwyer. 2-1. Mammoth in the lead.
Some shops, they just give you an oil change and send you on your way.
But at Master Auto Tech, our master service goes beyond that.
Our master service package includes premium oil, full digital inspection, tire rotation, fluid top-offs, and a brake check.
Plus, BG EPR to clean the sludge out of your engine.
And BG MOA to extend engine life and performance.
Getting the master service means you're going to be doing it less often, saving you money over time.
So come down and ask for the master service. It's not just an oil change, it's peace of mind.
Your trusted, helpful expert, Master Auto Tech.
Let's see, string cheese, ooh, soda.
Surprise! You have a brother.
Hi. Whoa. Why didn't you tell me before?
Well, we just got him.
For opening a new account at America First Credit Union.
Which, surprise number 2, you're moving out and living at America First.
And boys, he looked good. And doing it all around here, playing a mature game. You see the way he's protecting the net front, using his stick to deflect pucks away, getting to pucks first. on the breakouts, boxing out strong against some big LA King bodies, and what I mentioned before, winning his one-on-one battle. And that is one of the most important things, I think, for the coaches, is how do you do in those one-on-one situations. At the end of the day, right, this game comes down to those one-on-one battles all around the ice, and he seems to come out on top more often than not.
Well, the power play unit out there for the Kings. They'll try to get this game tied. Sergachev, Kraus, Stenlund, and Marino on the penalty kill for Utah. And it's cleared down the ice by Kraus.
Time of the penalty, 10:52. DeSimone, a minor penalty for hooking.
So DeSimone off for the hooking minor at 10:52. Byfield brings it in. Kuzmenko. And now Kopitar out high. Kempe, and they work it around. Adrian Kempe. And now Fiala. Good play there by Marino to slap it along into the corner, but kept by Fiala. Kopitar across. Good stick, Vanacek, and out of play.
Yeah, great anticipation. You called it, Matt, from Vanacek. Had his eye on the Kings player with the puck, but knew there was a passing option behind him. Got his stick out to deflect it out of harm's way.
And usually, rule of thumb for a goaltender, you have those passes that are going to be within the crease. Anything outside of the crease, that's on your defenseman or your low forward to be able to come back and try to intercept those. But if it's coming right through the crease, you got to stick your paddle out, whack it away, which is exactly what Vitek was able to do.
Yeah, Simichev tried to clear, couldn't do it. Kempe, Byfield, Fiala. They work it around. Kings on the power play. 1:07 to go. With their man advantage, Fiala, one of the two-point men. Good puck movement by the Kings. Kopitar. Byfield, and now Kopitar again. Across and a shot stop. Penalty coming up here. Another minor against Utah. Delayed call. Comes in front, and Vanacek will cover up, so look out here. A 5-on-3 for 46 seconds.
That's going to be another hooking call.
Utah penalty, 88, 2 minutes, hooking.
This time on Nate Schmidt. Anytime you're already down a man, you have to be super careful with where you put your stick. The friendly rule of thumb is just keep your stick on the ice. And as soon as that stick rides up into the hands, the referee's arm goes up, and that was a near chance on the side door, and another test for the Utah Mammoth penalty kill.
Yeah, now that you only got 3 guys, it's going to be a rotating and moving triangle. Can't cover all the areas, but you got to try to defend from inside out. Don't get caught outside of that triangle between the 2 circles.
Stenlund on a strong side, but he loses it. And a shot by Fiala, getting enough was Vanacek. Comes back out high. 2 defensemen in the penalty box, too, by the way. And now Kuzmenko for Kopitar. Along the goal line, Kempe, and a stop by Vanacek.
Outstanding save.
It looked like it went off his shoulder or his arm. Side of the net now. They work it to the front. Denied Marino, side of the net. They're back out high. Kempe slid one to the front. Denied. Marino. He's going to skate it out. John Marino. And he'll drag a little more time off the penalty clock.
Now bend but don't break.
DeSimone is out. It's a 5-on-4 now. And denied and cleared down by Simichev.
The goaltender, the best penalty kill here, but Utah weathering this storm. Minutes still to go.
And the right read there by Nick DeSimone, though he was the 3rd defenseman on the ice, recognized that LA was gaining Utah's zone, so instead of going to the bench, he helped out in the D zone.
Slid through the crease, Brad Clark. Crowd really into it right now.
First chance of Let's Go Utah. Hockey's back at Delta Center, guys.
Man, I missed that. I missed that.
Well, let's take a look at that beautiful save. We've mentioned it before, how hard it is for a goaltender when the puck goes from below the goal line out to the slot, because you're so deep in your net. But this play, Vanacek does such a good job of getting out off the goal line to take the angle away.
And Kempe was trying to go short side over the blocker side shoulder, and he just kind of shrugged it away. That's the definition of a goalie fighting off a puck. Well, maybe he couldn't get all the way out, but did a really nice job of fighting that one off.
It's funny, guys, you know, practice makes perfect. We know that. Well, the other practice just the other day, I saw goaltending coach Corey Schwab working. He had a little bumper thing that he just laid on the ice. The bumper was right to Vanacek's right, and he would pass it off the bumper and back out to himself and take the shot. So they were literally working on that play that we just saw.
Corey Schwab has done an unreal job with the goaltenders in this organization for several seasons. Clark, Doughty, working around, 2 to go in the Schmidt minor. Doughty's got it. Penalty is overshot with a stick save. Schmidt will stay out. Penalty kill comes through again. It's been good in the preseason.
It has.
Kevin Stenlund plays it back in. They were middle of the pack last season at 15 overall. Cody Ceci. Turcotte plays it in behind the net. He's got the Kings goal. And denied, and here comes Utah. Boot and Schmaltz. Daniil Boot. 6'6". Schmaltz to Olimata. Keller to the line. DeSimone in the middle. Mata. Wrister and a stop. Anton Forsberg. Boot's got it again. Schmaltz to the front. He was looking for the captain, Keller. Couldn't get it to him. 3-on-1 the other way. Maybe a 2-on-2 developing. Fogel's got it. Fogel shoots. And Vanacek again. Vitek Vanacek. Hallenius in behind the net. And Ceci at the right point will get one down low. 4.5 to go. Second period. 2-1 Mammoth. Mata back. Schmaltz will get to the bench. Mata recognizes that, so Utah a bit deliberate as they get personnel out on the ice. J.J. Peterka will dump one deep. Hallenius back to center ice for Fiala. Kings trying to spread the ice here a little bit. Taken away by Gunther. And now Simashev. Agazino. Simashev will try to take it away. Good keep momentarily taken by Kopitar.
A good recovery there from Simashev. It was an errant pass from Agazino across the ice, and Simashev recovered well.
Played right back in. Moverari on it for Los Angeles. Kuzmenko. Here comes Brandt Clark. Clark. 1-on-2. Simashev. Good stick there.
Defending.
Yeah, real
Guys,
good.
I'm telling you. Don't be surprised and you see that guy on the opening night roster.
Well, I don't think he's done anything to hurt his chances here tonight. He's been really good. Marino. Marconi towards the front. Tanev behind the net. Out high, Marino. Wrister to the front, blocked away by Kempe. Cleared out of there. Dave Smith with a pretty good stick there, too, in behind the play. And Utah. And Sergachev will bring it back. All the way down. Icing here against Utah.
Well, Simashev's been good, but so is that man, Vitek Vanacek. A point-blank opportunity, just a little subtle move. Fogel tries to get Vanacek to bite like he was going to make the pass. And then there's the play from Simashev. Another one-on-one defensive play. He looks like a guy that has been around for years, the way he's handling these.
There aren't many guys that are as big as he is that can skate as well. And so to go along with the good stick and the hockey IQ, His legs put him in the right spots more times than not, which allows him to make those great defensive plays. He's been a stalwart back there tonight, and as we have been made very evident, there's a long, bright future ahead for Dimitri.
Warren Fogle. And now Sergachev. Trying to lock it up along the boards. 2.5 remaining in the second. Dumoulin and Moore. Trevor Moore sends it in behind, and Ed Danault will go to get it. Gabe Smith in the corner, leading with his stick, strips the puck. Marino going in to help out. Sergachev, Gabe Smith, poked in front, Danault, kind of sniffing around there.
A good play from Brandon Tanev, the last safety valve there. That puck squirted free to a dangerous spot.
Right back over the line. Yoel Armia can't advance it. Fiala.
I like the way Utah's defending, though. You see that breakdowns do happen, but so far they've been so good at protecting that next play.
Doughty shoots, and that goes wide. It sounded like it went off the blocker of Vitek Vanacek, and the puck is cleared. Mikey Anderson, and he's back with Drew Doughty. Kevin Fiala. Brought to the line, Byfield, along the boards. Krause got it out. That's going to be played by Forsman. Probably a wise decision because Schmaltz was barreling in. Olomata the other way, and an icing call here against Los Angeles.
Icing against the Kings here as Utah has continued to defend well, and again, winless in the preseason, but we talked about how Andre Tourigny has been happy with the progress, and they've been stingier and stingier defensively as the games have gone by, and tonight, easily their best effort yet.
Must be the sport code.
That is a beautiful jacket.
Last minute of play in the period.
Under a minute to go in the second period. Boots got it. Forced in, but we get a whistle on the offside. Vitek Vanacek, one of the developing stories here tonight. Best action this preseason, 2-1. The Utah Mammoth leading this one at Delta Center.
Starting the game well, starting on time. We know one of the struggles for this team last year was finishing games, right? When they had the lead, it's not just keeping the lead and defending, but try to build on that lead and push the pace and try to turn a 1-goal lead into a 2 or a 3-goal lead. So you love to see the team getting off to good starts, but that'll be an area that I'm going to look to this season is can they close games out in a more effective way, try and get a couple more wins this year.
Well, and those are all the things we look for, right, Tom? Preseason, whatever. Andre Tourigny talks a lot about progression. Chance heard Dumoulin, he sent it wide, but part of that progression is closing out games. You look for a lot of things inside the game. Keep an eye on that as this one goes along.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the coaching staff is focused on the details of their process. They know what leads to results, and they've got a clarity, I think, in that department in terms of they know what they need to do to get those results as the officials here are convening to decide if there was a high stick on this play, a penalty high stick, not playing the puck with a high stick. You saw Brian Dumoulin, the Kings defenseman, hard to tell, looked like he hit his face on the glass as well. The stick of Daniil Boot also did come up, so we'll see what the officials decide.
Well, the officials tonight, Gordon Dwyer and Justin Kia, Caleb Apperson, Travis
Los Angeles
Garlitz.
penalty, 2 minutes for delay of game.
Oh, wow.
That makes a lot more sense, actually, that the call is whether that puck went directly out off the stick of Brandt Clarke or was deflected.
Yeah, so Delay of game, that's the call from in behind the net.
And first look at the power play tonight for Utah. There's Brant Clark. It's out of midair, right? Clayton Keller's stick was there as well. It just gets batted out of play by 92.
So the power play in and out there. And Sergachev brings it back to center for Schmaltz. And now Keller across Peterka. That time Schmaltz kind of corkscrewed himself into the ice. And that's going to do it for the second period. Plenty of carryover time in that Clark minor when we head to the third period of play. Lawson Krause, big goal in that second frame, his first of the preseason. And it's 2-1 through 40 in favor of the Mammoth.
A really positive second frame for the Utah Mammoth. And perhaps one of the most important parts of that period, the penalty kill, weathering that long 5-on-3 to preserve a close game here.
Fresh ice for the power play to start the third. We'll see if they can find a way to come through.
Yeah, I like that, Nick. I like the way you're thinking. End of 2, and we've got a big intermission coming up here tonight at Delta Center. Sarah will chat with Lawson Krause. We'll have an update, too, on 3-on-3 hockey. Everybody along for the ride between the second and third.
Watchers. Let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let's know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Turn everyday spending into an extraordinary escape. Shop with any Mountain America credit or debit card for a chance to win a $5,000 vacation voucher. Simply tap, insert, swipe, or click checkout to be entered to win. Now until October 31st. Use any card, win any trip at Mountain America Credit Union.
Feeling blessed to be here, cause it's another day I get to chase my dream. Vision in my head never been so clear. Got a good thing going on.
Brings the hockey horsepower. Go on the power play with Ford and take advantage of our huge selection and 2 convenient locations right off I-15 in Salt Lake and Draper. Right now, score a new 2025 F-150 STX Super Cab for $8,500 off MSRP. Don't miss your shot. Come see our massive inventory just off I-15 in Salt Lake and Draper today. Larry H. Miller Ford Dealerships, driven by you.
We've got a 2-1 hockey game after 40 here at Hockey Night in Utah inside of Delta Center. Sarah Merrifield just caught up with the second goal scorer of the night, Lawson Krause. Let's take it downstairs.
All right, Lawson, a pretty solid second frame out there for you guys. In terms of that bend but don't break mentality, what did you see from your group?
Yeah, I think we weathered the storm at times pretty well. They had a couple sustained ozone shifts there, and our guys did a great job battling in the D zone. So obviously don't want to be there, but when we are there, we're dialed in, and just got to close a little bit quicker, and I think we'll break the puck out a little bit easier.
Your goal reclaimed the lead in that second period. Can you walk me through what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was flat-footed. Obviously, obviously the D did a great job of jumping up in the play, and Johnny made a pass over to me, and I felt like I didn't really have much speed or anything going, and I just honestly tried to get something on that and get something to spit out, and found a way to get in there. I'm not exactly sure how, but I'll take it.
And then on the other side of things, Vanacek, that frame was pretty solid for him. What can you say?
Yeah, he's been awesome. I think obviously the old saying is on the PK, your goalie has to be the best PKer, and he has been that 5-on-3. Couple big saves, obviously credit to the PK group there, and looking to stay out of the box. Obviously a power play here going into third, capitalize and win a hockey game.
Thanks so much. Good luck in the next.
Thanks,
guys.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Humble guy there. Nick Olczyk joins me now. Let's take another look at that goal, Nick.
Well, Austin Krause has been playing a really direct and assertive brand of hockey, not just in this game so far, but in the entire preseason. Never been shy to take the puck to the net. And then here's the pass from John Marino, and I love how Lawson took us through what he was thinking. When that pass came, he didn't really have much speed. And when you don't have much speed, it's hard to make plays while standing still, while being closed down by defenders. Never a bad idea just to sling that puck towards the net. And Forsberg got about 85% of the puck, but the remaining 15%, Kim, yes, my math is on point here in the preseason, propelled that puck into the back of the net. So, what I've seen from Lawson, a motivated guy. Look, he last year didn't go the way that he would have wanted. He didn't get some bounces, but he didn't mope. He continued to be a great leader. He's a guy that scored 20 goals 3 years in a row prior to this one. See if he can find a way to get back on it this year.
Yeah, but not to forget, his line at the end of the season last year, they were on fire with what they were doing offensively out there. So building off of that momentum for sure. And these guys got a lot of momentum. Look at these little ones. I mean, they are taking advantage of youth hockey here in Utah. You'll love to see it. We've got more right after this.
People facing cancer, often withstanding between them and life-saving treatment is a ride to get there.
Today, I'm ringing the bell.
You can change someone's life in as little as 1 hour a week.
You got this.
Join the American Cancer Society to use your drive for good.
Thank you so much for picking me up.
Volunteer at cancer.org/drive to help save lives.
John Ferris Furniture, that's where I shop. John Ferris Furniture, that's where I bought a new kitchen table and my bedroom set. That's where me and my sofa met. I don't bother shopping all around. I stroll down the Ferris with my own 2 feet. John Ferris prices can't be beat. 3 locations, delivery's free. Come on, John Ferris, deliver to me. For good furniture, it walks for miles. I got Ferris Furniture, now I got style.
At Lifetime, you know anything that comes out of our factory is going to be quality. But did you know that at a Lifetime store, you can get that same performance and durability, but at a factory direct price? From playsets that set the stage for endless fun to sheds that are maintenance-free and built to last. Whether it's for your yard, your vacation, or your next gathering, chances are we've got it here. And with 9 locations in county, it's even easier to find your next favorite. So what are you waiting for? Stop by your local Lifetime store today.
Few moments teach us like the small ones. The experiences that set us up for what we remember most and show us who we can depend on. At the Young Automotive Group, we've worked to provide you with quality service and exceptional experiences for over 100 years. That's why we're proud to be your hometown destination for vehicle parts and remember most and show us who we can depend on. At the Young Automotive Group, we've worked to provide you with quality service and exceptional experiences for over 100 years. That's why we're proud to be your hometown destination for vehicle parts and service. Visit us in Utah, Idaho, and Montana, or see our inventory online at youngautomotive.com. Think young, drive young.
Get ready for the Fall Street Hockey 3-on-3 tournament presented by G2G Protein Bar. It's coming up November 1st at R. Kenneth Baldwin Country Park in West Haven. Every team is guaranteed 4 games. Players will receive a tournament t-shirt, and the champs score mammoth tickets and a hat. Registration is open now through October 26th with early bird pricing through October 5th. You don't want to miss out on this one for your youngsters. You can scan the QR code right there or head on over to UtahMammothYouth.com to make sure that you're signing your kiddos up. Again, Won't want to miss it. Most exciting thing happening this fall. And a lot of exciting things going on outside on the ice. I should say inside on the ice. It feels like outside. It's pretty cold in here. Nick Olczyk, how about Vitek Vanacek in net tonight doing some work?
Yeah, Kim, I'll tell you one guy that's not cold. It's Vitek Vanacek because he has been very active in this game. Such a great pickup on a free agent signing by Bill Armstrong. He's on his 5th team in the National Hockey League. Stops in Washington, New Jersey, San Jose, Florida as a Stanley Cup champion last year. And he has come in this year, and he's going to look to be an important tandem partner along with countryman Karel Vejmelka, who signed that great 5-year and well-deserved 5-year extension last season. Rebound control has been there. He's had a good career, as we just touched on. But I'll tell you what, he's acclimated well. His teammates love him. He's great in the locker room. Hello, Mr. Zamboni. And he is going to play an important role on this team this season because, as you know, and all of our great fans out there know, Kim, you can't just have one goaltender through the course of 82 games. Sometimes you're going to need maybe 3. But for sure, it'll be Vejmelka and Vanacek, the 2 guys who will go head-to-head to try to help this team have as many wins as they possibly can this season.
Nicely done with all those elements, Chill Will. You're really putting yourself through it down there, and you're doing very well. I'm sure everyone is very excited to have you back succeeding on camera like this. We've got more of your second intermission report here at A Hockey Night in Utah right after these messages.
Thanks for walking us through the plan.
Have fun with Lizzie this summer.
Doors connect us to what's important. A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll help you build a personalized investment strategy. Doors were meant to be open.
When you realize that you've chosen too many Italian ingredients to put on a sandwich, name it something like loaded. So people think you did it on purpose. Arby's, we have the meat.
Looking for the perfect place to kick back? About Time Pub and Grub is your go-to spot for an unbeatable atmosphere where everyone feels welcome. Catch the big game and hang out with friends, enjoying a refreshing drink while digging into something delicious. At About Time, every seat is the best seat in the house, where good times are always on tap. About Time Pub and Grub, great food and made-to-order drinks, all with the lively local neighborhood vibe. Join us for a good time today.
At Dollar Loan Center, we charge less than our competition, guaranteed. In fact, we charge nearly half of most payday lenders. So check out the rates of those other guys, then visit don'tbebroke.com to see how much you can save. Our interest accrues daily, so if you only need the money a few days, that's all you pay for. You can consolidate your other loans with up to $5,000 in minutes.
Puck drops. Larry H. Miller Ford brings the hockey horsepower. Go on the power play with Ford and take advantage of our huge selection and 2 convenient locations right off I-15 in Salt Lake and Draper. Right now, score a new 2025 F-150 SPX Super Cab for $8,500 off MSRP. Don't miss your shot. Come see our massive inventory just off I-15 in Salt Lake and Draper today. Larry H. Miller Ford dealerships, driven by you.
It's a 2-1 hockey game after 40 minutes inside of Delta Center. Utah up 2 over the LA Kings. All right, Nick, let's take a look at some highlights from the second period right here.
Well, plenty of action in the middle frame, Kim, and the LA Kings established the zone. A little bit of a misfire here as Nate Schmidt wanted to clear that puck up the boards, but Hellenius with a good stick and steal is able to find Alex Turcotte as he blew that one right past Vitek Vanacek. The only blemish on Vitek's record here tonight. Gorgeous pass from Sergachev to Gunther, spurring on that rush. And then John Marino. We talked about the goal from Los Angeles. Put it on the net. Good things are going to happen. But how about the pass from John Marino while under pressure? He's got Kempe all over. Kuzmenko back checking as well. He's able to ever so quickly but accurately dish it over and set up Lawson Krause's goal. And then Vitek Vanacek. He has been a big story in this game. As a goalie, you get some saves early in the season. You get your confidence to another level. And on the PK, he has looked as good as anybody. A really nice 5-hole save there as well on Warren Fogle as he tried to open up the wickets. A lot of things to like in the second period and in the game for Utah. Not just the fact that they've raced out to a 2-1 lead, and they're going to have a power play for 1 minute and 38 seconds to start this third period. But I think it's how they've defended. They have kept a lot of the in-zone pressure from LA to the outside. And when the opposition has sustained pressure in your zone, you wanted to think about defending from the middle out. Sticks on the ice. Everybody do your job. Wingers have the defenseman. Centerman helping out the defenseman down low, and the guy in goal doing his job. Really like what I've seen from Utah in the D zone. Those are the types of things you're looking to make sure that you're getting right once this team does play regular season hockey on October 9th in Denver.
I like what I've seen with you, Nick, doing your job in these intermissions. Front row, right there in the center between the benches.
It's easy to do my job, Kim, when I'm working with you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You just tee it up. So it's great to be back. And great to be back here at Delta Center.
Wait, I'm going to tee one more up for you here.
Oh, okay.
All right, you got 20 minutes left. You got a couple of guys who are still trying to make the team. What do you want to see in this last period before the final preseason game?
Yeah, continue to push, but also power play. You can score in the power play here. It's going to help their cause a lot.
All right, Nick Olczyk, thank you so much. We've got 20 minutes left of hockey inside of Delta Center as Utah Mammoth finishes up their game here against the LA Kings. They are up 2-1. We'll send it out to Matt McConnell, Dom Moore, Sarah Merrifield. Nick will stick with you, and I will see you in postgame. Enjoy.
Let's see, string cheese. Ooh, soda.
Surprise! You have a brother.
Hi. Whoa. Why didn't you tell me before?
Well, we just got him.
For opening a new account at America First Credit Union.
Which, surprise number 2, you're moving out and living at America First.
Huh?
Get your money working. For a limited time, new members get a cash bonus when they open a checking account.
Some shops, they just give you an oil change and send you on your way.
But at Master Auto Tech, our master service goes beyond that.
Our master service package includes premium oil, full digital inspection, tire rotation, fluid top-offs, and a brake check.
Plus, BG EPR to clean the sludge out of your engine.
And BG MOA to extend engine life and performance.
Getting the master service means you're going to be doing it less often, saving you money over time.
So come down and ask for the master service. It's not just an oil change, it's peace of mind.
Your trusted, helpful expert, Master Auto Tech.
Soak up your mornings with Good Day Utah. Join Kelly Chapman and Dan Evans with the breaking news you need to start your day. Katya Stepovic on traffic, helping you stay on track and on time.
We do have a full closure.
And bus stop weather with Damon Yanni.
A warm morning across most of Utah.
So you and your family can navigate summer heat. Good Day Utah, staying local longer with the stories that matter to Utah. Weekday mornings 5 to 10 a.m. Only on Fox 13.
I'm not from this country, and so I was also on the verge of, can I actually pursue my case? My name is Ariel, and I was in a car accident. Siegfried and Jensen, they decided to take my case and decided to go and protect me as a person. This goes for those people that are not from this country. It is possible for you to get attention and for you to feel safe. Siegfried and Jensen took care of me, and they'll take care of you too.
Here for you 24/7. Call Siegfried Jensen for your free consultation.
They'll take care of you.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we're one.
Well, the Sheriff Lawson Krause in the middle frame has given the Utah Mammoth a 2-1 lead. Getting a goal past Anton Forsberg. 2-1 as you look at the numbers through 2 periods of play. And welcome back, everybody, with Dominic Moore. I'm Matt McConnell. We talked a little bit about the veterans there, but we've had our eye on the kids here tonight. Dom, what have you thought so far?
I mean, to me, Dmitry Simashev jumps off the page. In terms of the game he's played, he's looked like a veteran out there. Team-wise, I think it's been a really positive game. Most of the chances for LA have come off of turnovers, but other than that, pretty defensively sound. I think Andre Tournier would like to see a little more offense. Still only 12 shots for Utah. But, Matt, we've got third period cookies here, courtesy of our talented director, Paul Hemming, and his wife, Carolyn. And here we are. We're gonna have a couple of those.
All right, let's do it.
For energy for the third period. Nick, we've got one for you for after the game.
Yeah, and I'm not even getting into the cookie war. Stats through 2 tonight, sponsored by Common Spirit Health. And there's those numbers that I was referencing earlier. As Utah on the power play here to begin the third. And it'll be cleared out. Danault. Right to the net. That's stopped by Vanacek. Back out high, Sergachev, and he fanned on it. Easy clear there for Trevor Moore.
Yeah, just still a little bit lacking on the execution offensively is Utah.
48 to go in the power play. Dylan Gunther will have to recoil at center for Nate Schmidt. Late in the power play, opportunity here to open this one up a little bit. Kyler Yamamoto, he's had a good night. To the Kings blue line. Yamamoto out high, Schmidt. Chance here, Boot shoots. And it's underneath Forsberg.
Puck nearly squeaked through. We saw the Lawson Krause goals just trickle through the wickets, and Forsberg felt like it happened to him again. And we've seen 2 goals from Daniil Boot where he's walked into the slot just like that. And he's had a little bit more of a quiet night, but here goes Boot. He's got a tremendous shot. And nearly surprises Forsberg for what would have been his 3rd goal of the preseason.
He had his eyes up the whole way, surveying his teammates, where the opposition was, where the open space was. You got a player that plays with their head up. You're going to take the play that's given. A gorgeous shot that almost went in.
Lawson Krause brings it along. Penalty is now over, so Clark out of the Kings penalty box. Get a whistle here on the offside. Utah bringing it back in over the LA blue line.
Daniil Boot, I mean, we've talked a lot about Simashev.
Yep.
But he's been impressive as well. I think for Boot, it's a matter of continuing to build his consistency from game to game. And obviously, we know he's talented offensively, but continuing to evolve his decision-making. And also, when I talk about decision-making, I mean the ability to process the game, think the game quickly. And that's oftentimes the biggest adjustment that young players need to make.
Head coach Andre Tourigny, often he's said to us, right, Dom and Nick, it's, yeah, a guy can do it for a week. Can he do it for a couple of months and longer and longer and longer? And that is often, I guess, the rub with younger players.
And oftentimes it's never about the skill set. I mean, his skill set is through the roof. He's obviously got a mature body as well, but this is the fastest league in the world, and upping that level of decision-making is often the biggest challenge.
Momerari will send one in behind the net for Kopitar. Kings look to get something going here. Out high. Momerari. Grant Clark. And steered away by Vanacek. And he's going to cover up that one pinballed off Stenlund right back to his goaltender.
And boy, Vitek Vanacek, if he can continue to play this well, how much confidence that would give the group heading into the season, knowing that they've got 2 reliable goaltenders. Got to figure that Vanacek and Karel Vejmelka will develop such a strong rapport as well, both being from the Czech Republic, or Czechia as they call it now.
Yeah. Grew up playing with each other and have played on a lot of national teams there in Czechia together, so continuing to build on that partnership. Look out.
Coming in hot. That just missed John Madden. Should point out, too, there was a trade. They traded Connor Ingram to the Edmonton Oilers, and Connor will look to get his career going again in Bakersfield. And I just want to wish Connor all the best. So much fun to have him around, and he went into the player assistant program. He got out. There's great news, and now he has an opportunity to restart his career with the Edmonton Oilers organization. Wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, all you can hope for is an opportunity, right? And
yeah. Played out high, shot steered away Vanacek. Tyler Yamamoto with it. 2-1 Mammoth. Goals tonight from Kevin Stenlund and Lawson Krause. Brian Dumoulin. Changes on here. Utah will wrap up the preseason on Saturday night here at Delta Center against the San Jose Sharks. And the LA Kings, they'll do another round of the Freeway Series against Anaheim over the weekend as we get a whistle and an icing call.
Well, I know Andre Tourigny has talked about not really being focused on the results in the preseason, and that's true. But no doubt he'd like to see his team close this game out. You know, we saw the way they played such a solid game in Vegas only to relinquish the lead late and lose in overtime. And I think dialing in those details of how to close the game out is something that I think he'd be happy to see them do here tonight.
Now the face-off to the right of Anton Forsberg. Simishev. And a wrister that goes high off the glass. Gabe Smith and Daniil Boot out there with Gabe Smith and Michael Carcone, picked up by Schmidt. At the outside of the net, he can absolutely fly. To the corner. John Marino right in the middle of it. Kevin Stenlund as well, out high. Moverari with a shot. Sergachev calmly playing the puck around. Utah looking for a clear here. And it's Lawson Krause. Good outlet, Tanev. Tanev is in. Grant Clark takes him off the puck. Krause picks it up. Right back to the middle. Really attacking the middle. Trying to anyways tonight, Utah. As this one will be played around by Clark.
Another big hit from Lawson Krause.
And then from Brandon Tanev. Two heat-seeking missiles, forcing the Kings defensemen to make plays quicker than they want, resulting in the turnover.
Brought back Yamamoto offside. Yeah, and those have been the two changes, Boot and Yamamoto, as we continue on early here in period number 3.
Few moments teach us like the small ones. The experiences that set us up for what we remember most and show us who we can depend on. At the Young Automotive Group, we've worked to provide you with quality service and exceptional experiences for over 100 years. That's why we're proud to be your hometown destination for vehicle parts and service. Visit us in Utah, Idaho, and Montana, or see our inventory online at youngautomotive.com. Think young, drive young.
Doors bring us together. A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors.
Oh, can you sign this for me quickly?
She's so ready to take over.
With a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth for generations. Doors were meant to be opened.
The Loaded Italian has classic flavors with an Arby's flair. It's more American Italian than Italian, just like the Pope. And people line up to see him. Arby's, we have the meat.
At About Time Pub and Grub, we have more TVs than tables. See any and every game you love, all at the same time. We're more than your local sports bar. Here, everyone feels welcome. Enjoy delicious food and snacks with a full array of refreshing drinks. We've got something for whatever you feel like. Make About Time your go-to spot for sports, food, drinks, and fun. About Time Pub and Grub is a proud broadcast sponsor of Utah 16's coverage of the Utah Mammoth.
Welcome back, Delta Center. Utah Mammoth with a 2-1 lead. J.J. Peterka, 27 goals last year with Buffalo. You can see him there looking at the iPad, probably looking at this chance that we're going to show you, all because of a great read in the defensive zone. LA tries to go D to D. He gets his stick on it, and he keeps his feet moving the whole time. As he lets go a quick little backhand shot, trying to beat Forsberg between the wickets. But that's the type of speed and game-breaking ability that J.J. Peterka is going to bring this team. He just operates mentally at such an elite level. He'll be a big player for Utah this season.
Well, you look over his last 2 years in Buffalo, 55 goals. Career highs last season, goals and points.
Right to the front. And now Byfield with a shot. And he couldn't get it past Vanacek.
Vanacek's stick laying in behind the net, but Simashev hands it right back to his goaltender. And down at the other end, Cody Ceci in a board battle there with Clayton Keller. DeSimone comes in. Kings will force it back to center. Fiala's got it. And now Fiala, sharp angle. Sealing that off was Vitek Vanacek. Nick DeSimone for Ole Mata. Rolling puck Forsberg, and we'll get a whistle here. Gabe Smith having words with Sammy Helenius.
Well, here's that chance in front. You're going to see Vanacek throws everything in the kitchen sink, drops his stick here. Desperation, trying to keep that puck out. And there's Dmitry Simashev again. The maturity beyond his years, recognizes he's going to deliver that stick back to his goaltender before he heads off the ice.
That's like when you get Uber Eats and then you get the priority on there to get it delivered quickly.
You a big Uber Eats guy?
The bill is through the roof some months.
Does he strike you as the guy that makes dinner?
Very, very good at using the microwave, guys.
Well, and I know he knows what polystyrene is as the puck is now moved back to center ice. Turcotte. Taken away by Nick DeSimone. Out of the zone, Carcone. Try to force it along. Smith. Carcone with a back, number 3. LaPerriere. Taken away Schmaltz. And forced all the way back to the line where Mikey Anderson across now for Drew Doughty. Kevin Fiala. Quentin Byfield back out high. Doughty with a shot blocked off the skate of Nick Schmaltz. And John Marino in front of his own net.
There's those Let's Go Utah chants.
Ferrari gets it out. Simashev takes it away. That one kind of came up and hit Yoel Armia.
Yeah, that was right in front of me here between the benches. Sergachev batted that puck and it went right into the jibs of Armia as he gets some attention.
8:58 to go, period 3, 2-1 Utah against Los Angeles.
Turn everyday spending into an extraordinary escape. Shop with any Mountain America credit or debit card for a chance to win a $5,000 vacation voucher. Simply tap, insert, swipe, or click checkout to be entered to win. Now until October 31st. Use any card, win any trip at Mountain America Credit Union.
Utah is more than a place we work and live. It's where we've raised our families, where we're making memories, and where we're planning our futures. Utah is where we thrive. So when I meet people with life-changing circumstances out of their control, I understand the gravity of their loss. They deserve to restore their lives in a fair and justified way. We're here to help make that happen. We win for you, period.
Got a good thing going on. Every day waking up feeling blessed to be here, 'cause it's another day I get to chase my dream. Vision in
Delta Center as we take a look at Dmitry Simashev, who has played a heck of a game here. We talked about how good Utah has defended when they've had breakdowns. Check out the reach of Simashev here. Might have saved a goal, keeps his feet going, uses his long limbs to deny that play. Credit to the Kings, Brant Clark, for following that play up, and Vanacek bails him out.
Utah wins the draw. Simashev up the boards looking for Peterka. Hellenius gets it back. Right to the front and covered by Vitek Vanacek.
I think that's one thing that head coach Andre Tourigny will be happy with here today. Breakdowns, they happen, right? Defensively, in a game like against top caliber competition, you're going to have forced turnovers and things like that, but they've defended well in layers behind that. And that's a positive sign defensively as they build towards opening night.
And opening night will be a week from tonight. We'll be at Ball Arena in downtown Denver. Mammoth open up with a 3-game road trip as this one is over the glass and out of play. By the way, we're working a little short-handed tonight, guys. We don't have our stats man extraordinaire, Russell Brooks, and there's good reason why.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Russ and Jordan. This morning they welcomed into the world Wesley Mason Brooks. 6:48 a.m. in the morning, 7 pounds, 15 ounces. The entire family is doing terrific.
I'm glad you worked in the stats on the baby, because Russ is the stats man.
That's right. And I think Russ already has him breaking down the Nashville game on the first road trip.
Congratulations, Russ, and to their family. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was just so happy for Russ and Jordan as this one played right back in front.
The MVP of our broadcasts, no doubt, and the information we get.
Yeah, absolutely is. Dowdy will play it across, back to center. Pinot gets it in behind the net, Lawson Krause.
What percentile is 7 pounds, 15 ounces? We need Russ to tell us.
Well, I'm sure he will. It'll be in our stats chain as this one's covered up by Anton Forsberg.
It's been a positive game in all sorts of ways, but the biggest test, I think, will be how Utah closes it out down the stretch.
What do you look for in that area, Dom, as a player? I would imagine you don't change your mindset. You just keep playing the game, right?
Well, you definitely want to stay on your toes. I think the decision-making, is what Andre Tourigny is looking for. Managing risk well. And so far, they've done that.
This one rolls right to Forsberg, and he'll get a face-off.
I think the leadership from guys like Lawson Krause here tonight has been excellent. And Nick Schmaltz has quietly had a tremendous camp as well. I've been so impressed with how he's looked like he's in great shape. There's been a lot of players who've gone down with injuries this preseason, but Schmaltz looks no worse for wear. He's ready to go.
A lot to play for him going into the last year of his current contract as well. There'll be an UFA, which stands for an unrestricted free agent. It's also a place in Russia.
That's right. Yep. Good one, Nick. Out of the zone, back to center. 7:04 remaining in period 3. Fired in by Dumoulin. Kempe chopping at it. Ceci. Took a run there from Krause. And now Kuzmenko. Ceci, shot on. Stop Vanacek. And a rebound in front. Cleared away. Krause gets it up the ice.
Great stuff from Vanacek again.
And just enough English on that puck, too, from Lawson Krause to get it all the way down 200 feet without it being iced. And Lawson heads back to the bench.
Now the Kings and Jim Hiller, they get that top unit out with Kopitar and Kempe. And Kuzmenko working with that line here tonight. DeSimone. They got a whistle here. offside.
Well, if you're handing out the stars of the game, if you had to hand them out right now, Vanecek's got to be the first star. Not one, but 2 saves in short succession. No screen on the first shot, but this is the one where he holds his ground and denies that chance from the Kings captain.
And the reason for the lack of a screen was the tremendous box out at the net front. Not just DeSimone on Kopitar, but you had only Mara at the back post too. So allowing their goaltender to see the puck by getting in the way of the forwards who are trying to take away the vision of Vanecek.
Cleared out this time by Agazino. Nate Schmidt, and across it goes for Dmitry Simashev. And now Byfield. Clark having a tough go trying to come up with that loose puck. Now Clark will get it down the boards. We're taken away by Peterka and out of the zone up the ice. Fiala. Yamamoto all over him, forcing it back. Moverari has to go behind his net. 5:17 to go in regulation. By the way, there will be a shootout no matter what at the end of this game. Schmaltz for Keller. Drops it. Yamamoto trying to go to the front. It's picked off his stick. Sergachev, and he ripped one wide. That was something we were told earlier today. No matter the outcome, there will be a shootout.
5 rounds, I believe, right?
Yes. So we'll have all of that for you. And that's something that both coaches come up with. They decide to go. And we will go to break. 2-1 Utah down the stretch against the Los Angeles Kings here tonight inside Delta Center.
Can you believe we're paying for college soon?
Yeah, but with what?
Alex, I knew he'd show.
I was just thinking about ways we can keep that college fund growing.
This guy's always there for me. Cool.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank.
We're mapping DNA to find the cause and the cure. Because 1 in a million is really just one. One person facing one incredibly difficult diagnosis, looking for one thing: hope.
Join Max Roth and Robin O'Guigne for Fox 13 News at 4. Dive into the day's news, weather, and in-depth content you won't find anywhere else. News at 4, only on Fox 13 News.
Some shops, they just give you an oil change and send you on your way.
But at Master Auto Tech, our master service goes beyond that.
Our master service package includes premium oil, full digital inspection, tire rotation, fluid top-offs, and a brake check.
Plus, BG EPR to clean the sludge out of your engine.
And BG MOA to extend engine life and performance.
Getting the master service means you're going to be doing it less often, saving you money over time.
So come down and ask for the master service. It's not just an oil change, it's peace of mind.
Your trusted, helpful expert, Master Auto Tech.
Now, Utah Mammoth preserve a 1-goal lead thanks to this man, Vitek Vanecek. He has been as sharp as it gets in this game. He's been tested early and often and has risen to the occasion for his team. His confident posture at the top of his crease, protecting the house well, even on those rebound plays as well, Nick.
He's going to play a big role on this team this year. Karel Vejmelka's going to get the bulk of the games, yes. But you need 2 goaltenders if you want to win consistently in the National Hockey League, and this is exactly the start that masked man could have possibly wanted.
No, it was 3 years ago that Vitek Vanecek was the starting goalie for the New Jersey Devils and helped them to a franchise-best regular season.
Probably won 33 games that season. You're talking about 22-23.
Yeah, and he hasn't found quite that same form since then, but hoping that Utah hoping that he can regain that here.
And I'm going to pump Corey Schwab, the goalie coach. I'm going to pump his tires a little bit because I've been around him now for, 7, 8 years. Every single goaltender that he has had has improved.
Yep.
He is
100%, Matt.
Done a really, really good job. And look at what he's done with Karel Vejmelka as well. And the goaltenders in the system.
Yeah.
They've got some depth there now. And
yeah, Karel Vejmelka is a great example. I mean, all he's done is get better and better. And obviously a lot of credit goes to Karel himself, but also Corey Schwab, as you said. He's done an outstanding job.
Mikey Anderson sends it around the boards. Keller's got it. And a shot deflected wide. That one off Brandt Clark's stick. Back to center ice. Chance over the line. Kempe to the front.
Kuzmenko. He's robbed. Another shot. And another one. And Vitek Vanacek. Wow.
Kopitar can't play it, and flipped out by J.J. Peterka. Maybe instead of Vitek, we should call him V-Check.
I'm just going to say there's got to be some nickname that will evolve here as he's making a name for himself here in Utah starting tonight.
Fiala circles around, shot on.
LaFerriere. The Vanacek show right now. I mean, he has been absolutely stellar. And again, breakdowns. Got to figure at this point, Andre Tourigny is not too pleased with the amount of breakdowns in this third period. That's a point-blank chance, not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. And Vanacek's there for every one of them.
Now the face-off now to the left of Vitek Vanacek, under 3 minutes to go. All the way out of the zone, back to center. Back to get it, Drew Doughty. What a veteran he's been, over 1,200 NHL games. Krause looks to go up the boards, comes in front, Dumoulin side of the net.
And Byfield with a shot stopped by Vanacek.
Stenlund. Now Stenlund gets it back with a shot and handled by Anton Forsberg.
Well, Vanacek tested again. There's 5 Utah Mammoth players stuck in the corner. And that puck squirted out to the slot. He made another point-blank save. And then it was Kevin Stenlund at the other end. Off the failed breakout from the Kings.
And the promotion here in the third period for Kailer Yamamoto onto this top line along with Nick Schmaltz and Clayton Keller. Almost had a goal there last shift. They've been buzzing here in the third to see if they can get a little bit of insurance for the guys in black.
Little empowerment there, too, for Kailer Yamamoto. And Andre Tourigny is so good at reading players, reading the game.
Having a feel.
Yeah, he's got a great feel for the game. Keller's got it. Keller shoots. And that over the glass and out of play. Reward, right?
Yeah. It's a meritocracy on this roster. If you earn your spot and you're playing good, you're going to play. And I think a perfect example there of a guy like Kailer getting more opportunity because I think he has been stellar throughout camp. It's a lot of different roles on a hockey team. But the one thing you got to do is accept your role and then go out and execute on it whenever you're called upon. And that's something that Kailer Yamamoto has done, not just here in Utah, but in Seattle and Edmonton, all the stops he's had in the NHL.
Drew Doughty's got it. Under 2 minutes to go. We'll keep an eye on Anton Forsberg, and there he goes. As we're going to whistle and an icing call, so Forsberg will go back to the crease.
I think what we're seeing here, guys, is Andre Tourigny just final moments of this game electing for maturity, right? Veteran players, guys that have been around, guys that know how to manage these situations maybe a little bit better. Testament to what we talked about before is that he wants to win this game. Yeah. I think it's important to close it out the right way.
Got some Stanley Cups in the experience out there for Utah.
Shot just wide. Krause
looking for his second of the night. Marino. In behind the net. And now Kempe will set it up. Adrian Kempe, and there goes Forsberg.
Stolen away by Tanev. Forced up the ice. Forsberg kind of in no man's land. Now we'll go to the bench.
Yeah, just two lines here for Andre right now. It's Keller's line with Schmaltz and Yamamoto, and Stenlund with Krause and Tanev. All veterans alternating here to close this game out.
Love that play there by Stenlund. Wasn't overly confident and trying to hit the open net. Otherwise, it would have been icing. Just floated out to the neutral to kill some time.
Kuzmenko, and now Kopitar. Fiala, all the stars out. Doughty shoots, and a stop. Vitek Vanacek. How many times have I said his name tonight?
Yeah, he's making a name for himself here in the first game back at Delta Center. He's been tested a lot, probably a lot more than Andre Tourigny would like, but certainly a positive sign in terms of the sharpness of the Utah Mammoth goaltending heading into the season.
Matty, you mentioned the word earlier, sticky.
Yeah.
That's been the chest of Vitek Vanacek in this game. His rebound control, whenever the puck has been hit into that gorgeous and new Mammoth logo, it has just stuck to him, and there has been no second or third rebound look. So continuing the great effort in this game from that guy right there.
32 shots faced, 31 saves tonight for Vitek Vanacek.
Interesting to see here if Dmitry Simashev gets the nod. 50 seconds left. I'm guessing they'll go with Sergachev and Marino, and they will.
Yeah.
And Simashev will go to the bench, but again, Andre Tourigny, I think, wants to close this one out the right way and get the big boys out to do the job. We've seen a lot through camp, throwing guys in the fire to see what they can do, but I think now's the time to collectively see what the group can do to secure a W.
Yeah, to your point, what, a minute and a half ago, all veterans, right? So they win the draw. Keller.
How about those two plays from Keller and Marino? So he missed wide.
Rick Schmaltz missed a wide open net. Kopitar up on right wing for Fiala. Deflected deep, Kuzmenko. And now Sergachev after it. Stenlund up the boards. Kopitar intercepts it. To the line, Doughty, and now Kempe. Doughty's got it again.
Forced out by Marino, and it's going to go all the way down for the icing call with 12.7 remaining.
Well, and veterans are veterans for a reason. They make these subtle plays that are underappreciated. Watch these two plays to relieve the pressure. First from Keller, makes a backhand pass to the slot, and then a second play in tight quarters from John Marino to set up the Schmaltz chance.
Stenlund off the draw, sent it in behind the net. Sergachev trying to bring it along. 8 to go in the period.
Now Keller chasing it all the way back. Byfield, one final look and a stop. And that is it, I believe.
Horn sounds. We may get about a half a second put up on the clock. We'll have to wait and see here.
You know, it's a late slash after Vanacek made the save. Keep an eye to the left of Vitek Vanacek after he makes the save. There's the slash from Fiala and a jab from Doughty that the Mammoth players take exception to. What a save again on a redirect, and there's the extra jab after the whistle and the buzzer had gone. So,
yep.
Now remember, this is not over. We will get the shootout. Players congratulating for the initial win. So chalk up the first W of the preseason for Andre Tourigny and his group.
Yeah.
But the Vitek Vanacek show will go on here in the shootout.
So Utah gets credited for the 2-1 win. We'll have a shootout for fun. Agreed to by both the teams here tonight. And Dom, you mentioned, what, 5 shooters, right?
5 shooters aside. And very fitting, since the goaltender has been the first star for Utah Mammoth, that we will get a showcase of that in the shootout. Also be interesting to see who Utah picks for their shooters. Remember, we talked a lot last year about how Dylan Gunther hasn't really been used a whole lot. Only one opportunity last year. I think we all expect that he would get a chance here in the preseason.
Yeah, so Andre Tourigny sorting it all out. Normally, when we get into the season, shootouts are 3-on-3. So Vitek Vanacek ready to go, as is Anton Forsberg. And
first shooter for Utah looks like will be Kevin Stenlund.
All right, so this is just a fun shootout, and Stenlund will bring it in. Kevin Stenlund, and he scores.
Now you see him weaving in here. That's to try to confuse the goalie in terms of alignment in his net. Great job from Stenlund.
So Adrian Kempe, the first shooter for the Los Angeles Kings, with speed. He's in, and it's poked away by Vanacek.
Yeah, good patience there from Vanacek. Backed himself in, waited. Kempe tried to get him to bite, and he just waited it out.
Second shooter for Utah, J.J. Peterka. Came over from Buffalo in the offseason. Here he comes. And he's stopped by Anton Forsberg.
Well, the path that JJ takes out wide to the left, and then he's going to cut to the middle. He is trying to pull Forsberg off that post, but credit to the goaltender. He's able to hold that post and make a blocker save.
Andrei Kuzmenko, the next shooter for the Kings. Now Kuzmenko right to the front, and he sent it wide.
Well, as a shooter, you're trying to make the goalie make the first move, and Vitek Vanacek, like a statue, really doesn't. The puck starts rolling on Kuzmenko, and then when he goes to shoot it, it's on edge.
Now Nick Schmaltz is over the boards, and he'll pick up the puck, and here he comes, third shooter tonight for the Utah Mammoth. Going wide. Well, Nick Schmaltz, and he's stopped by Anton Forsberg.
Well, Schmaltz almost skated himself out of the rink here. All the way to the sideboards, and you'll just see he just rolls this puck off when he tries to go to the backhand. Just misses it.
Quentin Byfield, next shooter, third shooter for the LA Kings. And 55 will skate it in. And he's stopped by Vanacek.
Now, the key there was Vanacek matching the speed. Byfield sped up and then slowed down. And Vanacek uses his feet to stay at the right angle to make the save.
Now, that's captain time, Clayton Keller. And number 9 is in, going wide on Anton Forsberg. And that hit the pipe, the crossbar.
Yeah, and this time Clayton elects to go wide right, almost touches the boards, cuts back to the middle, and a similar story, trying to get the goaltender pulled to the right, and that goes off the bar. A close call there on the backhand from Clayton Keller.
Yoel Armia's turn for LA. Coming in, and he's stopped by Vitek Vanacek.
Vitek has been a brick wall in this game. No different here in the shootout. Just a quick shot, meat and potatoes type of move from Armia, and a big-time save from Vitek Vanacek.
Dylan Gunther, guys.
Yeah, here he goes. Dylan Gunther comes in. And he's stopped by Anton Forsberg.
Yeah, Dylan Gunther just trying to disguise that release. Watch the blade of his stick. Tries to lift it like he's going to shoot high and then slide it low.
So the fifth shooter for Los Angeles, Kevin Fiala. And he'll bring it in. And he scores. So the first shooter, Stenlund, he scored. Last shooter, Fiala, scores, and we're going to keep going on.
That was the changeup, guys. Watch Fiala, not a lot.